All right, so far, you guys, we have talked about finding the volumes of various shapes in your 7th grade curriculum. It was primarily the pyramid and the prism. And as you know, we have moved on to the cone and cylinder. And in a future video, we'll also be talking about the sphere. Okay, so first things first, we're going to look at the example problem that we have here. So example number 2 is looking at the clay model of a volcano. As we know, the volcano is going to be shaped like a cone. So that's exactly where we're going to start. It says, for her geography project, Karen built a clay model of a volcano in the shape of a cone. Her model has a diameter of 12 inches and a height of 8 inches. Find the volume of the clay model to the nearest tenth. We're going to use the approximation of pi, that is 3.14. So as we know, the cone formula is going to be 1/3 times big B times h. We know that our base area, also known as big B, is going to be in the shape of a circle. So we're going to substitute in the circle formula, which is pi r squared, multiply that by the height and by 1/3, of course. So as we see here, step number 1 is showing where we first of all have to divide the diameter by 2, which in this case is going to be 6 inches. We'll then find the volume of the clay by substituting in 1/3 times 3.14 times 6 squared times 8. We would simplify 6 squared, of course, to be 36. We're going to carry over 8, put in 3.14, and then when we multiply all those numbers. Now, I want you to remember something that I told you in class. Remember that we are not rounding each number. So I'm not going to take 3.14 times 36, then round that to the nearest tenth, then multiply by 8, round that to the nearest tenth, then multiply by 1/3. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to multiply all of those numbers together. So my suggestion, being that you may or may not have the Texas Instruments calculator, which allows you to multiply by 1/3, we also know that multiplying by 1/3 also means that we can divide by 3. So if I were you, I would take 3.14, multiply by 36 times 8, divide that by 3, and that's going to give me approximately 301.44 as my answer. When I round that to the nearest tenth, it'll be 301.4 inches cubed, which is our unit for volume. Okay, so if we move on to the practice problem that we have here. The practice problem is going to be the cone of the volcano Paricutin in Mexico had a height of 410 meters and a diameter of 424 meters. Approximate the volume of the cone. We're going to approximate the volume of the cone to the nearest 100,000. Don't get alarmed. Remember, we can still use our calculator, so it will be fairly simple for us to use. Now, I do not have the yellow TI from school, but what I do have is I have a calculator that I have used since I was in college. So we're going to pull that out in just a moment. So first things first, let's go ahead and move over to the drawings page. All right, so the cone. We know that in the formula, which is 1/3 times big B times h, we're going to substitute in certain values. Now, as you guys know, I am big on putting down the things that I need first so I don't have to keep looking at the problem over and over again. So we know that 424 meters is going to be our diameter, which I'm going to abbreviate. We also know that 410 meters is going to be our height, which again I'm going to abbreviate. So I have all of the dimensions that I need. I'm then going to multiply 1/3 times. We know that this is pi r squared for big B, which is a circle. I then know that my height is going to be approximated in there as well. So the approximation is going to be 1/3 times pi times my radius, which is going to be 212 squared. So 212 squared times my height, which is 410. Now at this moment, as you see, I'm leaving out my units just so I can put in my values at this point. So again, 1/3, just work on simplifying it. It's going to be pi. I should go ahead and put in 3.14 at this point. Not having the best of luck with this pencil. Now, what is 212 squared? If I were to take my calculator, 212, square that, the number is going to be 44,944. Let me see. Your calculator on your phone or your iPad should work just as well. So don't worry about that. 410. Again, I'm working on simplifying. It's going to be 1/3, and then what I want to do, I'm going to turn off the lamp really quickly, although I can't, it looks to be, because that works better. So I'm going to multiply 44944 times 410 times 3.14 is my approximation. That's going to give me approximately 57,860,905.60. Now remember, I want to approximate this to the nearest 100,000 because that number is fairly large. As always, again, I'm going to write down my value. So I have that's being multiplied by 57,860,905.6. Okay, these numbers are giant. I know that, but with the aid of the calculator, you should be fine. All right. So then multiplying by 1/3 is also dividing by 3. I'm going to divide that by 3. That's going to give me approximately 19 million. This number here. Okay. Approximately 19,286,968.53. Now, if the diameter again was meters, so the approximation that I'm going to end up with, I'm going to round it to the nearest 100,000, would be 19 million, approximately 300,000 meters cubed. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to an example that talks about a cylinder. All right, now, moving on to the cylinder, we're going to use another example here, which we have a fairly shallow cylinder, still a cylinder nonetheless. We show that the radius, it looks to be, of the base is going to be 11 centimeters. So what I'm doing off camera right now is I'm going ahead and I'm writing down the information that I have. I have a height of 1.5 centimeters, so we have a radius of 11 centimeters, a height of 1.5 centimeters. We're going to go back to the drawings page. Now, on your drawings page, what I want to do is I'm going to put down my formula, which is volume is equal to base times height. We know that the base area is what big B stands for. I know that that is a circle, so I'm going to approximate the area as pi times r squared times my height. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and start putting in the numbers that I have. I know that my radius is going to be 11 squared, okay? Then multiply that by my height, which is 1.5. So again, approximating 3.14 times 121 times 1.5. Okay, I just want to put all these things in a way so that they're easily seen. Again, we're going to use my handy dandy calculator here. So what I want to do is I'm going to move my numbers over. So I have 3.14 multiplied by 121 multiplied by 1.5. And that's going to give me, in this case, 569.91, 569.91, bringing back my units. That was cubic centimeters. Now, the directions told me to round this to the nearest tenth. I know that this number is in my tenths place. If I look right next door, this number right here is going to tell me what I do if I keep it as is or I round up or go up. So in this case, this is a 1, so this tells me that I'm going to keep this number as is, so this becomes 569.9 centimeters cubed. Let's think about this. What if this number right here was a 7, okay? This number being a 7 is going to tell me that I'm going to go up in this case. If that were the case, the number would go up to be what? Sometimes this confuses people. I want you to stop the video, think about it for a sec, and then we'll continue. So, if that number was a 7, that number would go up to be 570.0, because we're again rounding it to the nearest tenth. Technically, that's what it would be. It's not though, it's a 1, so again it's going to stay as a 9, 569.9 centimeters cubed. So, that is pretty much it for your lesson on finding the volumes of cones and cylinders. Okay. If this video did not make sense, what I want you to do is I want you to back it up. Watch these examples again. You remember have access to Go Math at this point as well. You can find these examples on pages 249 and page 253 in your book. Remember to log back into Google Classroom to get your login information there. It's going to be at publicweb.alvinisd.net. And as always, I will see you guys soon.